What is going on, everybody, man? King Recon here, and last night, bro, and that stream, man, shout out to those of you who stopped by, man. It was a lot of fun. We talk about the Hunter x Hunter awesome sauce, the greatness of the best-selling manga in history, some Bleach awesome sauce, some wrestling, some Call of Duty, and overall really fun stuff, man. But in the middle of that, we got into like a pretty long discussion about a little bit of the future of One Piece, and it really got me revved up, man. Like this all day this morning, I was just thinking about the awesome sauce, a little bit more into the future, just thinking up some more things into my head, and I was like, man, I cannot wait to get home to talk about the best-selling manga in history. The third best-selling comic of all time. Almost second. And if from what I've been hearing, Chapter is supposed to come out tomorrow. If Chapters come out tomorrow, I don't think I'll be able to do a reaction tomorrow. So, but we'll see. I might be able to. But if it comes out tomorrow, I don't think I'm going to be able to. I think I'm going to have to wait until Friday. But we'll see what happens, man. But you already know what we're going to be talking about here, man. The greatness of One Piece, man. And before we get into today's topic, which is going to be my most reread / rewatched scenes, episodes, and arcs, which was actually brought to my attention by Rin on Twitter, asking me what my most frequently watched read episode or arc is, and I said, well, let me go ahead and add to that, and I will go ahead and put most frequently watched / read episode, arc, and scene, because I want to do a little search myself and looking on YouTube and seeing what are the most watched One Piece related things on YouTube, and I'm curious, and I would like to see the results here. So let's go ahead and get into that. But before we get into that, I want to talk about opening 20, man. I want to talk about We Are Hope. Dude, I'm addicted to this opening, man. I remember Silva and I talking about this on how, from an audio standpoint, the only song that rivals it is Fight Together. I am literally addicted to Hope, man. I think, and I listen, a lot of my top 10 is filled off nostalgia, which is why the newest opening in my top 10 favorite One Piece openings is We Go, because nostalgia really drives that list, but not even nostalgia can block the greatness that is Hope to me. Opening 20 to me is phenomenal, man. Every time I watch it, I get chills, bro. I get chills. Like, I really love the opening. And the fact that the anime has been killing it as of late and bringing out a great episode after great episode after great episode. If you guys are not watching Whole Cake Island right now, man, it's going in. And this week, yo, the episode we're about to get looks phenomenal, just based off of preview alone. So, I'm so excited. But anyways, getting back to the opening, I love it, man. I really am starting to think that Hope might be in my top 5, man. Like, I wanted to stop and really think for a little bit, give it a couple weeks, because I was on the hype train of just getting recently watching the special and whatnot, and I was like, I don't know if I should really rank Hope yet. And as time went on, I just grew to love Hope more and more, man. And I just love it. I really do. I think it's up there in my top tier of openings with We Are. Well, with We Are, with Fight Together, with One Day, with Kokoro no Chizu, Brand New World. Like, it's up there. It's in that tier of greatness to me, man. I really love Hope. Opening 20 is awesome sauce, man. Whenever there's two parts that always get me. It's whenever you get to see all of Big Mom's crew, and you have that bass drop come down, and you get to see all of them, and then you switch over to Pudding and Chiffon, you switch over to Reiju and Sora, and you're like, yo, and then whenever it shows Sanji and Luffy, and it's a gold opening. It's a gold opening, man. And every time, that part right there, man, it makes my hair stand, man. Even if I'm not visibly watching it, because sometimes I put it on the aux cable in the car, man, and I'll listen to it, and every single time that part comes up, man, I get chills, bro. I get chills because I can already visualize it, and it just looks good. So let me go ahead and turn on the thing right here. The first thing that we're going to look at is going to be the brand new game. It released a trailer, the One Piece VR, and I want to look at that. So let me get my headphones. Let me get my headphones, if I can find them. Alright, So this trailer right here, it's gonna be for the new game. I believe it's for the VR one. It's not for Dawn. Dawn hasn't had a trailer, but I know Bandai Namco is going to show 5 games that they have not shown any content for that are unannounced, apparently, because I thought they might show Dawn at Jump Festa, but apparently unannounced 5 Bandai Namco games. And listen, man, I'm praying, bro. I'm praying for some GOAT stuff, because we're already getting Gintama greatness. We're already getting a confirmed One Piece game called One Piece Dawn, which looks to be like a really, really cool One Piece game, because from what they're saying, it's something that the series has never done before. So I'm so excited for that, man. I'm so excited for that. So I'm wondering what other things can Bandai Namco do. You know, maybe they could try out My Hero Academia, Black Clover. I mean, I would love a Kingdom game, but would they do a Kingdom game? I mean, I've been waiting for a Toriko or a Bleach, a PS4 game for so many. I don't know what they're gonna do, but I'm going to assume it's going to be off of stuff that's already out. You know, like of stuff that's currently in the magazine. So, but anyways, let's get into this. One Piece Grand Cruise first official trailer. 3, 2, 1, let's jam. PlayStation VR. You know, I've only used the I believe it's called the Oculus Rift, because my friend brought it over to my house. Look at this, man. I'm not even a fan of VR, bro, but it's a One Piece VR game. Like, can you imagine how... Look at that. It's like you're on the Sunny. That's cool, man. Are those the Burning Blood models? This looks very, very similar to the way the Burning Blood characters. Look at my man Zoro, bro. His muscles look better than mine. Oh, this is pretty cool. So it's like you can fire cannons and whatnot and observe the characters do their own thing. The Kraken. Is that Dofi? Dofi. So while doing this, do you just observe? You can't actually physically get into the action yourself? Is that what I'm getting here? Hey, that Nami greatness, though. That Nami greatness at 360, baby. Grizzly Magnum. 2018 One Piece Grand Cruise. See, my whole thing is, Nami greatness there in the end, yeah. No, but you know, it seems like one of those things that if I had a VR, I would probably like invest in it just because I like One Piece. But aside from that, if I was like a non-One Piece fan, I'd probably say screw this because it looks like you're just observing, which to me is pretty stupid. Like, why? I mean, maybe like if I don't know. It seems pretty stupid to me because they could do so much more with VR and not just like have them on the ship. And like, yeah, of course, like attempting to interact with other characters and whatnot, you know, I guess that's a cool concept. But they could do so much more with this whole VR thing, man. Like, especially with a series like One Piece. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens. At least we have Dawn to look forward to. One Piece Code Dawn greatness. Let me go ahead and search up One Piece here, man. And let me turn on the quick time because I wanna see what are the most watched things. Here on YouTube when it comes to One Piece. Yeah. There it is. Let's go ahead and hit that new screen recording. And I'll start it off right now. Alright, I pressed it. Alright, it should be recording. Yep, it's recording now. Alright, so let's over here. See, my computer's tripping. Alright, so let's look at view count, One Piece. And the first things that come up are King of Lightning, Roger's Base, and tagging, bro. Shout out to the Y-Tac, bro. Shout out to the Y-Tac. Shout out to the Y-Tac. So we have One Piece openings 1 through 18 HD that has 20 mil. I watch that video all the time. So it's just having the openings playing in the background. Maybe is it this one? Because I've listened to the one that has well, I've listened to this one of course a lot of times, but the one that has like 1 to 19 all the way down to We Can as well. Mihawk teaching Zoro about hockey is the most watched scene in One Piece, bro. Here on YouTube. Well, then again, like there's been a lot of copyright strikes and whatnot, but that's crazy. I did not expect that. Mihawk teaching Zoro about hockey. A rap about Sanji. Johnny Cash. I expected this, the He Is Our Captain, to be up here. That's a great AMV. Have you guys watched that AMV? The He Is Our Captain AMV? That's a great AMV, man. Really good stuff. Hancock hugs Luffy. That's so random. It's almost at 10 million views, yeah. Whenever Luffy heals it. What? I mean, this is a godly scene, bro, but with 9.6 mil? Hey, shout out to Impel Down, man, making it, going in like I mean, I was expecting some other scenes to make it up here, but yo, so far, Mihawk teaching Zoro about hockey has 13 mil. That's great. Hey, shout out to Zoro. Here's our captain, and then of course going back with the Luffy heal. I mean, that is an awesome scene. It is a really, really good scene. This one right here. This is another. AMV that I've watched. I haven't watched this one. This One Piece AMV Warrior. I haven't watched that. But the Sunrise one I watched. I've watched that one. One Piece Man to Girl transformation. Yeah. One Piece AMV Bring Me Back to Life. I have a feeling like I think I've watched this, but I'm not sure. Only in Japan, One Piece Tower. I can already see what people would have clicked on this. Luffy vs. Blackbeard final fight. What is this? Luffy vs. Blackbeard final fight. No, if this ain't clickbait, I don't know what is. Final episode, Luffy vs. Blackbeard final fight, and then they use what appears to be a thumbnail from the 3D2Y special. I haven't watched this Rise Skillet AMV. At least I don't think I have. This, okay, right here, yo. Now this right here, I listen to. You see the red bar, man. The very yeah, that joke is gold, bro. And then of course, right after it, man, Shanks' entrance, 6.5 mil, 6 years ago. We see, we're in 2017. That episode came out in 2010. Right? 2010. Wow, yeah. Holy flag nards, man. Yeah, because you see, like, the 480p right here, bro. Shanks' entrance at Marineford, man. That's good. That is a very frequently rewatched scene. It's really good stuff. I've seen this. This is One Piece AMV. I've seen that. I have not seen this. I have seen the Phoenix one. Yo, Rayleigh tells Luffy about Shanks from episode 400. Yo, that's a legendary episode. Episode 400 is a godly episode. So that is up there. One Piece. Oh, the Love Hurricane. Oh, some Hancock scenes are up there. Bro, dude, on my old account, on the original King Recon, no underscore, I had this right here, Rayleigh meets Roger, this same video from watchop.com in the corner. I had that same video on a favorites list. I used to watch this and the Blackbeard speech every single day. Every single day, bro. Rayleigh, oi, Roger. Dude, I love this scene so much, bro. So Zoro asking Mihawk to train him. Legendary scene. Rayleigh meets Roger. Rayleigh meets Roger. Let's turn the world upside down, bro. Dude, I can't even begin to explain how much I love this flashback. Like I said, on my old account, it was in a favorites playlist. It was in a favorites playlist, yo, that I would just rewatch all the time, man. Share the one world now. Definitely see why that greatness is up there. But like I said, there's been a lot of videos that have been taken down because I know Fight Together had a lot, millions and millions of views, and I remember that got taken down. One Piece AMV Awakening, I haven't seen that. Shirohoshi abraza a Luffy. So Shirahoshi hugging Luffy as 5.5 mil. Opening 17, Wake Up. Yo, is this the original Japanese? Yeah, and it's in Japanese, bro. Good goats. So this is arguably my favorite scene in the series in the anime. Oh, there's the fight together one. 5.2 mil. But yo, this is arguably my favorite scene in the anime, man. Return to Sabaody greatness, man. Then they got Wake Up right here with 5.3. We Can with 4.9. I mean, this just shows you like that in recent years, One Piece has really been getting extremely popular here on YouTube. Because back in the day, whenever it was airing, when like during Marineford and whatnot, when everybody was catching up, and eventually once everybody started catching up, and then when Naruto ended, and a lot of those guys started catching up to Naruto, One Piece, and so like in the past couple of years, there's been like a resurgence when it comes to the popularity in the series. Sanji beating Ivankov's up here too. That's awesome. Like that scene is actually really good. I've watched this Legend AMV. I have watched that. Epic Awakening Luffy's Hidden Power. That sounds like a flippin' an SJC title. Shout out to my boy SJC. Oh man, yo. Oh, Luffy and Blackbeard meet at Lockdown. Godly scene. Oh, the naughty Nami imitation. Let's go. Hold on, yo. It has to be it, bro. It says 9 years ago. It's gotta be. Hold on, man. Shout out to the advertisements. It's gotta be that legendary opening, bro. Let me get it, man. I'll risk a copyright strike for it, bro. Once was a man named Gold Roger who was king of the pirates. Let's go. Oh man, the legendary 4Kids opening. So they have the naughty Nami imitation in 720p, mind you. Oh yeah, because it's from movie number 8. And then Luffy and Blackbeard meeting in Mocktown. Everything about that, everything in Mocktown deserves to be up here. Oh, One Piece opening 6, the Brand New World. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I've watched a lot of the Brand New World ones. Like I know, well, this is like the OG one because it says 8 years ago. But I know I've watched like a lot of the Brand New World ones because there was one point in time where I was obsessed with this opening, and I would just keep replaying it, and it got to the point to where I started listening to the full version, or just a random like 360p version, this version. Oh man, flipping Robin coming up Momonosuke, yo, chapter freaking 698. 698, man, godly panel. Yeah. I can already see why this is one of the most rewatched episodes. Oh man. Ace and Luffy versus Garp, man. And epic music, of course, man. Super epic music. Let's go ahead and look at just a couple more here, and then we'll back out. This guy right here has made some really good AMVs. That's the One Piece. Hakuba versus Dellinger's up here? That's interesting. Overtaken, of course, it's legendary. This is the Luffy no Muko. I don't think I've watched this. I haven't watched that. Have you noticed that the ones I haven't watched are like the ones that came out like in these last couple of years? I haven't watched like almost any of these. Oh man. Greatness. Oh yeah, this has been up here for years, man. I remember when Fishman Island was coming out, and I remember whenever this used to come up in the recommended section of a lot of people that I used to watch in their videos. This thing right here, I've actually watched the same video, especially on the old channel. One day, bro. Kaido appears introduction. That's cool. Shout out to Marco the Phoenix. He uploads stuff every single week, man. He's always like the first one. Whenever you search for One Piece, you always see Marco the Phoenix stuff. So shout out to Marco the Phoenix. You know, with the Kaido greatness right here, 3.3. We'll finish off these right here, and then we'll get into my own personal list. Funny scene, Kung Fu Dugongs. that is a funny scene. Yeah, they got that one day right there with 3.2. Sanji accepts. Sanji and Ivankov stuff. It gets a lot of views, man. It really does. Momonga versus Zoro is up here, yo. Momonga versus Zoro. Oh my. Sanji's biggest nosebleed ever. Trolls, man. Trying my boy Sanji. This has to be Zoro and Pika. Yes. It's gotta be Zoro with Pika. Fight music compilation. I've listened to this before. Luffy's fake Luffy, man. Shout out to Return to Sabaody, bro. That Punk Hazard greatness. Funny and hot moment. People with their titles, man. A young Arlong versus Kizaru, bro. That's a GOAT title right there, man. And we'll go ahead and end it off right here with opening 5, Kokoro no Chizu, man. Yeah, man. Even though there's been like a lot of One Piece videos that have been taken down, it's surprising to me that that there's still like so many of these that are still here and still have like a lot of people viewing them, and that makes me happy as a One Piece fan, man. So yeah, I can't get over this, bro. I can't get over the Rayleigh meets Roger, dude. This same exact video was in my old channel, in the old channel's little in the favorites thing. Because remember, I had Rayleigh meets Roger. Well, let me stop this recording before my computer explodes. My computer explodes. Like I had Bleach Ending 28. Bleach Ending 28. I had Gohan going Super Saiyan 2 in Japanese. The final Kamehameha with the Cartoon Network logo on the bottom. I had the Blackbeard speech. Both versions, the English version and the Japanese version. Those are the ones that I can think of from the top of my head. Oh, and Hunter x Hunter's the soundtrack that played whenever Gon whenever Gon transformed in 131. At the end of the episode, the very sad version of Hyori Itai, the piano version. Those are like in my favorites list, and I would rewatch those all the time, all the flipping time, bro. Rayleigh meets Roger, bro. And I'm telling you, man, when you guys know and you already know how I feel about Return to Sabaody, man. Anything Return to Sabaody for me, it's an auto awesome sauce, bro. Auto awesome sauce, man. And that's a shoot, brother. That is a flippin' shoot. So let's go ahead and get right into the question at hand. Let me go and bring it back up again. Because this individual deserves credit for coming up with an entire video topic, because I found it to be interesting. Most frequently watched / read episode and arc. Now, you guys already heard me say my most frequently watched scenes, without, at least intentionally, are Rayleigh meeting Roger. Whenever Luffy took out the pacifistas in episode 521. Blackbeard speech. Blackbeard speech probably number 1. Blackbeard speech would probably be number 1. I've rewatched the Rayleigh meeting Roger scene a lot, like I said. You know, I'm trying to think of one that I haven't mentioned yet. That's intentional in terms of me like going on YouTube and searching it up and like looking for it. I think those are undoubtedly, because there's a lot of scenes that I've searched up, but I think those are undoubtedly up like top up there. And Whitebeard's final speech, the One Piece wa Jitsu Zai Suru. That's definitely up there as well. So with that being said, those would probably be most frequently watched scene intentionally. Unintentionally, in terms of how many times I've rewatched arcs and seen like scenes, the walk to Arlong Park / actually no, the walk to Arlong Park has to be up there intentionally too, bro. I've watched that scene so many times. That has to be up there as well. But when it comes to, you know, just based off of how many times they've redone that in specials and in and how many times I've rewatched anime and that type of stuff, that has to be up there. The walk to Arlong Park, the legendary Nakama scene, godly stuff. Episode 130 greatness, man. Episode 37, episode 130, episodes 85 and 86. Actually, not just say most frequently watched episode / arc. Let me go and do the anime first. Most frequently watched episode intentionally is episode 521. In terms of like the one that I went back to and watched a lot, 521, man. It just it's the end of Return to Sabaody. It's man, dude, it's the greatness of that scene, bro. The too slow, the gentle beast. That would probably have to be my most frequently watched episode. Either that one or episode 37, the legendary Nami asking Luffy for help and the walk to Arlong Park. Those, and then episode 130, episode 129/130 with Vivi's Goodbye. Episodes 85, 86, and 87 in that order of Drum Island. 86, 87, 85, 86. It depends on the rewatch. But that's definitely up there. Oh, another scene actually that I used to rewatch a lot. I don't know if the video is even up anymore. But another scene that I used to rewatch a lot was Ogun Rifle. It was just titled, I remember on YouTube, it was just titled Ogun Rifle. And on my Xbox 360, that shout out to how long I've been watching One Piece. Shout out to the freaking, probably like when Marvel for 2 was at its prime. But I used to search up on the 360 YouTube, Ogun Rifle. And it would just come up, just Ogun Rifle, man. And I love that scene, dude. Ogun Rifle. So, but out of the most frequently watched episodes, intentionally, those are, and then of course, because of how many times I've rewatched, which is just going to answer the next question, because those are the ones that I've watched, like, by themselves, and even though I've already rewatched the arcs a lot, by themselves, I've watched those episodes a lot as well. I just remember another scene that I've watched a lot too, and that's from the first time Luffy goes Gear 2nd, and that leads into my most frequently watched arc, which is unquestionably Water 7 Enies Lobby. No question in my mind, period. That's it. I've rewatched that arc, I'm pretty sure, more times. The times that I spent rewatching Water 7 and Enies Lobby and post Enies Lobby, the entire Water 7 saga from episode 230 until episode 325, that entire stretch of episodes, how many times I've rewatched that in like multiple languages, I'm pretty sure I could have used that to watch like several different series many times. I have rewatched Water 7 and Enies Lobby and post Enies Lobby too many times, man. It's just such a godly arc, man. It truly is, bro. Like, whenever I first got the Voyages and I started watching it in the dub, man, because originally I would just have to keep rewatching it and watch OP. Because shout out to back in the day, we didn't have Crunchyroll and we didn't have anything but Kaizoku fan subs giving us the awesome sauce, so I kept having to watch it and watch OP. And thank God, whenever we actually started getting like the legal releases, man. God, whenever I got my Voyages, I remember actually twice in one day, or not in one day, but like twice like in that same time frame. I rewatched the Voyage. Which one is it? This one. The Sea Train Voyage. This voyage, I watched this voyage at my grandma's house, at my house, in my room, and then in the living room 3 times in like a week. This one voyage, this one, and that's not even counting the other ones. And that's not even counting the one that covered all the way to episode 278. Where's that one? These 2. That's not even counting these 2, man. Yo, these 2 were on full blast in the living room. All the time. All the time, dude. And that's just like I said on the DVD sets. That's not even counting the rewatches in Watch OP, and the rewatches I've done whenever it aired on Adult Swim, the rewatches that I did just on my own, the rewatches that I did whenever I watched it with Uzumaki Khan. There's no question, the most rewatched arc. No question. And then right after that arc is Drum Island. Drum Island / Arlong Park. Those are by far my most rewatched arcs. No question. So yeah, most frequently watched episodes. If I had to just bring it down to 3 that I know, not singling out, because of course, like Enies Lobby and Water 7 stuff, I can't include that because I've rewatched the arc so many times. Like just single episodes that I've rewatched many times. Would have to be, like I said, 521, 37, and I might have to go 151, bro. I've rewatched 151 a lot, man. 151's a godly episode, bro. I'm gonna have to put that up there as well. It's just, it's difficult because there's just, you get it mixed with like the times you've rewatched the arc, and then, but whatever. Just know 521 and 37 are probably like most rewatched episodes. And then in terms of arcs, Water 7 Enies Lobby, and then right after like Drum Island / Arlong Park, in terms of my most rewatched arcs. Now let's get into the read. Most reread chapter. My most reread single chapter is chapter 576, bro. Let me pull out the volume, man. I love that. One day I'm gonna do a top 10 favorite One Piece chapters of all time, and it's gonna be really, really hard. But this chapter I love so much, guys, and I've said this before on the channel. I love this chapter so much that I went back when we went on break one week, and I went back and I relived this chapter. Come on, take me to it, man. Take me to the awesome sauce. This chapter right here, man. Chapter 576, The Great Pirate Edward Newgate. I've reread Volume 61 as a whole, and I mean, I can't even, probably more than Water 70's Lobby. Probably more than Water 70's Lobby. I reread a lot of stuff, you know, but single chapters, I don't think any of them comes close to 576. It has to be either 576 or 598. Because 598, when it initially came out, I reread it too many times. And I still reread it to this very day. The very first chapter, coming back from the time skip. But 576, man, The Great Pirate Edward Newgate. The Great Pirate Edward Newgate. This chapter is perfect, bro. Like I said, I love this chapter so much. I did a review for it when One Piece was on break one week here on YouTube. Back in the old bathroom review days, man. The bathroom review days. Come on, bro. How can this not be my most reread, bro? The Great Pirate Edward Newgate, man. The greatness. But, yeah, most frequently read chapter. It has to be that. It has to be either 576 or 598. Which is very, very impressive, considering that those two happen very, very close to each other. But yeah, no question, man. The Great Pirate Edward Newgate, and then chapter 598 entitled 2 Years Later. Those two have to be my most reread chapters. You know, like I said, intentionally just those chapters alone. Like when it comes to like Water 7 or Skypiea and like Alabasta and like those arcs that I know I've reread quite a couple times. Then there's certain chapters that I know I've reread, like even more than that. I think in my heart that 576 and 598 are my most reread chapters. When it comes to most frequently read arcs, like I said, when it comes to reading, there's no question, Return to Sabaody. I've reread Volume 61 so many times that it's not fair. It's not fair. Like I've reread it too many times, undoubtedly. So, but I love this volume so much. It's a phenomenal volume. And it's filled with so much greatness that I can't even begin to begin to, like it covers all the way from 595 to 603, bro. It's a perfect volume. It is a perfect volume. I used to take this with me everywhere, man, and just read it. Just read the GOAT, man. I love this volume so much, man. I truly do, bro. GOAT volume. But yeah, Return to Sabaody, man. It brings me so much happiness every single time I go back and I rewatch it or reread it. And honestly, I think after that, in terms of rereads, maybe even more than Water 70's Lobby in terms of reads, I think number 2 might actually be Alabasta. And the reason why I say that is because whenever I first caught up to One Piece, in the Shonen Jumps here in America, they were still in Alabasta. And whenever that was coming out, I used to reread those Shonen Jump issues a lot. Like, oh, man, dude, yeah, I think it might be Alabasta. I think Alabasta might be second under, it might be either Alabasta or Marineford, in terms of like, most reread, arcs, right under Return to Sabaody, so, because most rewatched, without question, Water 70's Lobby, but most reread, I think it would have to go to, number 1 being Return to Sabaody, and then number 2 would have to go to either Marineford or Return to flipping Alabasta, because I reread Alabasta a lot. I reread Alabasta a lot when I first got up to the series, because Alabasta was the arc. Alabasta was a lot of people's favorite arc whenever I first caught up, and you know, with good reason. Alabasta at the time was freaking godly. I mean, when I first caught up, Water 70's Lobby was there was nothing that was even close to it. Now with multiple rereads, the arcs are much closer. When I first caught up, Water 70's Lobby was undoubtedly the GOAT. But at the time, I reread. I mean, I used to rewatch Alabasta a lot, but rereading, I've reread Alabasta many times, many times. So I own the entire thing. All of Alabasta, in the volumes too, and there's a reason why I have volume 23 up here, man. It brings back a lot of great memories. And actually, let me show you one of those Weekly Shonen Jump issues that I have. what is this? This volume's from 2009, right? Which was around the time 2008, 9-ish. This is just an example. Right here, see? Like, this is how many times I used to reread this arc. Right here. Sorry about that, guys, man. Just so you know, I've been in here for a long time. It told me that it ran out of battery, and then I ran out of memory, so I had to go upload the footage I already had and then come back. But yeah, man, look, bro, 2009 issue, man, with the alabaster greatness up in here, man. Just absolute godlike awesome sauce, man. I love the panel structure in this arc so much. But yeah, I used to look at Luffy versus Crocodile, bro. One of the most godly fights, a 5-star classic, man. Just absolute awesome sauce, guys. Like, speaking of the Weekly Shonen Jump issues, going back to what I was saying, like, like, that also applies to Return to Salvador. You guys see this in my videos, well, maybe sometimes, but you know, the 2 years later, man, the awesome sauce, and so it's just those arcs. A lot of like the earlier arcs, of course, because it's giving me more time to like reread and whatnot. Like, I've reread Our Long Park plenty of times, but I think off the top of my head, it would have to be flipping the Return to Salvador, no question, #1 in terms of most reread. And then Marineford and Alabasta. But at the same time, now I think about it, I've reread volumes 40 to 44 so many times that I guess Enies Lobby, not counting Lord of Seven, Enies Lobby can be counted as another one, that because I've reread volume 41 by itself so many times that I guess Enies Lobby could be up there as well. But man, it's always the best to me. Like, the best thing about rereading One Piece is that it just gets better and better, man. It truly does. Like, I don't know how the series does it. I really don't. Because by this point, man, so many years into like rereading it, you would expect to, like, man, you know, that you get tired of it eventually. I look back at, like, for example, Shanks revving Marineford, bro, and it gives me chills still to this day, bro. In the anime and the manga, it doesn't matter, but I still get mad hype, man. Or when Whitebeard's death, or going all the way back to like the early series stuff, man, with Chopper crying over at the Drum Rockies, still gets to me to this very day, man. It's just, it's beautiful stuff, man, beautiful stuff, and I love rereading and rewatching stuff, and that's why I wanted to make this video, because I wanted to ask you guys what are your most rewatched slash reread scenes, arcs, chapters, whatever the case may be, because we all do it. We all go on YouTube, search up a scene, and then go look at it. I've rewatched Luffy Going Gear Second. That has to be my top 3 now I think about it. It's got to be the Roger and Rayleigh, the Luffy Going Gear Second, and well, the Walk to Long Park 2, and then the 521 with Luffy versus the Pacifista post-time skip. Those have to be my most rewatched, man, because I've rewatched those so many times, bro. So many times, man. It's absolutely godly. I mean, look at my room, man. Look at my room. There's a reason that this Gear Second poster thing is right here, bro. I rewatched episode 272, and not even just 272, but like I said, going on YouTube and just searching up that scene, I've rewatched whenever Zoro scares Monet in the anime, whenever Zoro goes up against Fujitora and Dressrosa, like, just so many scenes, man, that you just rewatch constantly over and over again. Marco and Kizaru and Marineford, bro. Luffy vs. Crocodile round 3, like the final, the Gomu Storm, like I said before, the Ogun rifle. It's just, man, we all do it, bro. We all go on YouTube and search up something One Piece related. I listen to a lot of the endings and openings myself, and the OSTs, but I do watch a lot of the scenes as well, man. And I just want to know what you guys have, like, on your most rewatched or most watched episodes, arcs, or most reread chapters, most read arcs, you know, whatever. I want to know what yours are down below, man. And if you can, like, tell me why it is that those arcs are the ones that you reread or have rewatched most. Oh my god, now that I just thought about it, bro, Jaya has to be on there for most watched too. Jaya has to be, like, in that thing. I've watched Jaya so many times and read it. I read it so many times too. It's hard, man, because in the middle of, like, you thinking that you've read this so many times, then you think the other one, you're like, it's just this is what One Piece does to you, man. It's what it does to you. But yeah, guys, I hope you all have an awesome day. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and end this because I don't have much memory left on on here to record. So I hope you all have an awesome day. If the One Piece chapter does come out tomorrow, I might not be able to do it, but just know that I will be here on Friday to read the greatness of the one and the only, the best-selling manga in history, One Piece Man. I'll see you guys next time. Have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you all in the comment section.